Hello, everyone, and welcome to a Reseller's Journey podcast. I want to apologize for the technical difficulties that I was having during this interview with my microphone.
Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for tuning in to A Reseller's Journey. Here is your host, ebayjoey.
Welcome to A Reseller's Journey, Season 3. I am your host, ebayjoey. Today's guests are having success in the reselling game. They both are successful resellers and business partners. They even have their own Discord group representing Atlanta, aka Hotlanta, aka Finelana. Representing is McCarson _method _reseller and call me _coop. Thank you for being on the show, fellas.
What's up?
Hey, I'm good, man. How are you guys?
Oh yeah, we great.
So good, man.
Glad
So
to be
good.
here.
Hey, that's what I like about you guys, man. Every time you guys do your Instagram stories, man, it's like everything's just cool and calm out there in Atlanta.
Oh yeah.
Well, we're trying to make it happen.
Well, you guys are doing a great job. I'm excited just because maybe our normal audience, they never heard of you guys, but I think they'll find out a lot of information about you guys and what you do online for reselling.
Awesome.
Ooh.
So we'll start with you, Cody. How'd you come up with your name, McCarson _method _reseller?
Yeah. Thanks for the shout out. It's McCarson Method. Yeah, go follow me on Instagram. Yeah, you get to hear my voice every day and talking about the Bolo group and what ebayjoey and the rest of the members and everybody's kind of doing in there. McCarson. I think my original was McCarson Family. I love my family. Kind of that was the original thing I wanted to do. Someone I look up to in the social media space that says put out content, and so McCarson Family was where I started, and then I was reselling, and I noticed that I was kind of getting value from other resellers. So I was like, I'm trying to grow this. I'm trying to kind of meet new people, and McCarson Method. It's 2 M's. It sounds good, so didn't put much thought into it at all. Probably could have came up with a better name, but that's where it landed, and so I just kind of rolling with it.
Probably could have been like Hustler McCarson.
Yeah.
I could have been eBay McCarson.
You could have. All right, so call me _coop, aka Matthew. How'd you come up with your name?
Well, first of all, I hate Matthew, so I got Coop. Coop, my nickname in high school, so all my friends call me Coop. So that was pretty.
What is Coop? Like, what's the nickname?
My last name is Cooper.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So yeah.
Coop. And so, where are you based out of, Coop?
I'm in Georgia, Northwest Georgia.
Northwest Georgia. And how about you, Carson?
I'm a little bit more Northwest Georgia, so I guess I'm a little more north. I'm probably 45 minutes closer to Atlanta. So
yeah, I'm like an hour away.
Okay, so how far are you guys, apart from each other?
It takes me about 20 minutes to get to his house. So
yes, it's not too bad, but just far enough where we're not really crossing over turf too much because a lot of time we're chasing the same stuff, and so a lot of times it's I'm helping him because he's chasing something or whatever.
Yeah.
But far enough away for it to be a little bit of a nuisance to get in person for business meetings and whatnot. But just far enough away where it's kind of good because we're doing the same crap.
And also, if we like oversell something and he has it, I can just come pick it up.
That happens way more often than you think.
Ship it for you too, right?
The what?
He could ship it for you instead of picking it up.
Yeah, that's what we do. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, McCarson, were you born and raised in Atlanta, Georgia?
Rome, Georgia. So kind of that area. So.
Okay, and then how about you, call me Coop? Were you born and raised?
I was born and raised in Cedartown, Georgia, which is like right down the street from Rome. So.
Okay. So people that are not familiar with Georgia and Atlanta, where is Atlanta? Anybody can answer this one, but where is Atlanta located in Georgia?
The upper center of Georgia.
Yeah. Atlanta's kind of you have a bunch of little metropolitan cities, and then there's this one big circle. If you look at a map, pretty much that whole, driving from one side of the circle to the other is like an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Yeah.
That whole big area, just that whole circle. So,
Is Atlanta considered like the biggest city in the South, like as a metropolitan, or is there somebody that's bigger out there?
it's probably Atlanta.
Yeah, I would say Atlanta too.
Yeah,
because it's hard to get lost out there too. You take one wrong exit and you 2 hours off course.
Yep.
You don't want to take the exit if you're in South Georgia, man. Let me tell you.
Yeah, you get to drive forever.
Yeah.
So, Nick Carson, are you doing this full time, the reselling game?
Yeah, so I have another small business. I exited from an insurance agency that I started with one of my good friends, and so he runs that full time. I've been full time reseller for about 4 months now. So, and that's counting like when my monthly income stopped from the other source. So it's a little bit longer than that, but really true to the that being my primary income. It's been about 4 months. So.
And then how long were you part time?
About 4 years. So I'm going on almost 5 years as a reseller.
Yeah, so you're past your senior campaign.
I'm past my what?
Your campaign, like if it was a college, like senior.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
All right, so call me Coop. Are you doing this full time or part time?
Part time.
Okay.
Sir, I got a full time Monday through Friday. Yeah.
So how long you been doing this part time? So reselling?
I opened my eBay and Amazon June 28, 2019.
Okay. So you're pretty much 2 years now in the game.
Yeah, 1 year.
1 year? Oh, 2019. Okay,
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. It's pretty late on the West Coast. Hey, Coop, what's your background? Like, what do you do full time?
I work in HR at a big cereal company. I probably shouldn't say the name, but yeah, I'm an HR rep. Work 8 to 5, and then I get off and then send out shipments and work on stuff like that. Me and my wife both do it. My wife kind of quit her job last year, so I can consider her full time and I'm part time. So.
Yeah, shout out to all the wives, man, out there.
She
100,000%.
Take care of the kids and do the shipping. So awesome.
Yeah, I think sometimes we have the easier part, like sourcing and posting on social media. But like right now, my wife's with the kids. I'm pretty sure your wife's with the kids as well, right?
Baby, yeah. So she's been with the little one for a month now, a month straight. So.
Yeah. That's awesome. So, call me Coop. Since you're working full time and you're reselling part time, what does your sourcing schedule look like? Can you kind of take us, through the times and how you get time to do everything else?
So most of my sourcing is done on the weekend. Like I said, my wife kind of she helps out when she can during the day. If the kids are at daycare, she'll go out and source a little bit. But our main sourcing is Friday night and all day Saturday, all day Sunday.
Oh, wow. Okay. So are you mainly doing like RA, OA?
Okay. We love RA. We do very small OA. I just love the fact of going in the store and finding something myself.
Yeah.
Like it.
Same here. I think they have better virgins in my opinion.
Yeah. It makes me feel great. Like I do. Like, oh yeah, I found that. That's mine.
How about you, McCarthy? I mean, you got a wife, you got the kids, you're the breadwinner. What does your schedule look like for sourcing?
Yeah, so some of it's kind of organic. We're still figuring it out a little bit. My wife is so supportive. My wife is a freaking superhero. We've got 4 boys, and then we just had a little girl. So kind of juggling all that with just life and running the business is crazy. But typically, I'm more focused on just sending stuff out to the FBA to the warehouse, sourcing. A lot of that we figured out with the Bolo group. A lot of it's a big OA order, or it's something that we can order over and over and over again, replenishable. And so we have a lot of that coming in through the mail. So are going out and sourcing. Like today, I probably sourced maybe 9 hours or something like that. Like I was out like hardcore, sourcing at, with, one of the big retail chains that's clearancing stuff out. But a typical day, it's more OA and it's coming in, and then I'm repackaging it and sending back out. So I'm kind of a prep center monkey for my own business. So that's kind of what I'm doing day in and day out is that side of it.
Oh, awesome. I was gonna ask you, like, what motivated you to get, started in reselling? Like, what was it that did it for you?
Yeah. So Coop said I can't say his name, which is hilarious because I'm like the biggest Gary V fan in the history of it. Like Gary V, if you're listening to this, I love you, and I will quit my job. I'll quit my business and come work for you in New York. But I was literally I remember the day I was in the bathtub. Yeah, Empathy Wine, shout out. I was in the I was in the bathtub, and I was listening to a YouTube video, and it was it was kind of a sales, like you need to get your butt out there and sell, like just kind of like one of the mashups from Gary V, and it went to the next one, and he was doing a flip challenge, and he was like, if you don't have, like we had I had a business that failed probably 7 years ago, something like 6-7 years ago, and it hit us really hard. And so we still to this day have some business debt from that. But he was like, if you have any debt, if you have any ambition to save for blah blah blah, he said you need to do this. And then he kind of outlined flipping stuff on eBay and Amazon, and I was like, that sounds awesome. And so I kind of I remember deciding I'm not gonna play video game. I'm not gonna play like Candy Crush and crap like that on my phone. I'm gonna look for crap on Facebook for free that I can go and pick up on this side of town and then resell on this side of town and make $70, and then invest that. The first real money I made in reselling was with weight equipment. I would go and buy it. I realized I could buy it for so cheap because people were offloading it, but then I could sell it for a lot more, if I would just wait for the right buyer. And so that kind of got me started. And then I flipped 17 large, like above your head Amazon pallets of return crap on eBay. And I was hooked, man. I just loved the treasure hunt of it. And then eventually we narrowed down and got better on Amazon. That we're mainly Amazon today. So
Cool. And how about you? Call me Coop. What got you started in the game?
It was actually Cody. Cody was the one that got me started last year. He made a Facebook post saying he wanted a partner store on eBay. My wife had just had a baby, so she was out of work, and she said she did not want to go back.
Right.
So it was like, we need to find something to supplement your income. So we decided to try that, and it's been rolling ever since.
Oh, that's what's up, man. So call me. I know you said that you do eBay and Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
Are you any other platforms or just those two?
We do Macari, we do Poshmark, Goat, pretty much any Facebook marketplace. We put it wherever we can sell it. We put it out.
Yeah, that's what's up. So what's your favorite platform and why?
Amazon, just because of the velocity and the FBA
stupid,
opportunity.
man.
Like,
so it's stupid.
Yeah, like there's nothing that can compare to that.
Yeah, I agree. Okay.
Yeah. Don't let him downplay, because I'm humble, but he's probably more humble than I am. He's doing so I think he's at 70K or something year to date on Amazon, and then he's done 11K in the last 30 days or something on eBay. Like they're doing a lot of volume for him to still be holding his fancy schmancy job at the company doesn't want to say. Like they're doing it with a lot less time than I think the average person does, and it's literally just because he sees the opportunity. He's getting it. Like their story. I think everybody, if you have listeners that are kind of like, I'm not sure I want to get into resale, it's like if you see the like if you could just see the opportunity the way that it really is, like they're doing it. He's part-time and his wife, they say full-time, but like, I mean, they're working hard. Don't get me wrong. It sounds like I'm saying you're not working hard. That's not it. It's just the amount of volume that they're doing is nuts. For like it's crazy. The fact that that's possible in this day and age, like anybody who says they have an excuse doesn't, because they could go do this and have a ton of success. And there's so much room. Like it's not like we don't want them to jump in. Like, it's like, build your business, you know? So, sorry.
It's like we have 3 kids. My wife take care of all 3 kids, and she does homeschool for my 8-year-old. And our baby just turned 1, so she has her hands full, and she's still able to help with. She does all the shipping and stores when she can. So,
man, I hope you're right. I hope you're giving her a paycheck.
Oh yeah, she's taking it off. She's taking it off.
Yeah, man. It really seems like, you having a career job working in HR, and we won't talk about the company's name because I don't even know the name. But it seems like you're really doing, you're having 2 full-time jobs, and I think it's possible in this day and age. So, kind of like what you were saying, to piggyback on you, Nick Carson, there is no excuses in today's age, man, to make it happen.
Opportunity everywhere. And if you talk to like a Dave Ramsey guy, like I have a friend who's a Dave Ramsey guy, and ask any of those guys, they'll tell you, I'm a Dave Ramsey guy. It's like, well, you need to save, blah, 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 and put back, and, and I'm sure there's merit to that. But Coop did $70,000 in sales on Amazon this year. Like, saving an extra 5% from his paycheck doesn't produce that. It's a different thing. And so, if you have any entrepreneurial flair at all, it's like this business model, it works. And you talk to somebody in the Bolo group, and it's like they have the Bolos just kind of like feeding them all day. Some people say, well, I don't know what to sell, and that's tough. Like, you got to figure, like, there's a learning curve, and you got to figure stuff out. But man, the opportunity, like, go in any store, Walmart, Target, Marshalls, Ross, Michael's. I could go on Hibbett's, any one of those stores, and there's something in that store that you can buy for $10, sell for $30, and after everything, make an $11 profit. There just is. The arbitrage is there.
Yeah, I never realized, I always say on the podcast, like, I pass by all these stores for my whole life, shopping there, not thinking I can make money. And I always tell my wife, like, I'm walking into these stores to make money, and people are walking in to spend money.
That's
100%.
Right. A different mindset.
Yep.
Yeah, but that's what it's all about. Whether you like Dave Ramsey, I like Robert Kiyosaki, or whether it's Gary Vee, whichever entrepreneur you like, just follow it, or put a twist to it. Don't be afraid. I think that's like for me, I'm not afraid to fail. If I did a podcast, if no one listened, hey, you stop. But if people, you keep going.
Well, we think you're killing it. So.
Yeah. Also, Nick Carson, so what platforms do you sell on, and what's your favorite one?
Yeah, so at the beginning, at the beginning of the year, we were 100% Amazon. We fired eBay, we fired Mercari, we cut it, shut it all down, and we had a scare where we lost our Amazon account for 30 days. And it was at a time where we did not need to, like, it was a scary time for us. And so after that, we started a second account. We have 2 Amazon accounts. I don't know if I should share that. I don't know if that's TOS approved, but we just do. And so if one goes down, we're building the other one up with the Ungates from, the Bolo group and everything. But when the account went down, we kind of stepped back and we were like, man, we can't be caught flat-footed again. If Amazon, they have their sandbox and they say, how things go, and we go by their rules because we're in their sandbox. But long story short, to answer your question, we love Amazon. That's where we do, I'd probably say 80-90% of our sales. We've recently hired a full-time person to build up Mercari. And we have kind of a cool relationship with a thrift store. And so, like, I don't know if you can see, we've got, she's killed it. Yeah, the last couple of I don't know how good of a view that was, but she started about 3 weeks ago, and she's been, it's just a listing, so she's building up Mercari, and then we have a couple replenishable things we do on eBay that are good, income generators too. So
yeah, awesome. Yeah, I talked to a reseller, a good friend of mine who's out here, not too far from me, kind of similar situation like you and Coop, but he just hired a photographer, like a family member, and then just pays them per picture, and it's allowed him to list more.
Yep.
So less death piles now. So at some point, you have to leverage. I always say leverage, pivot, but you want to have those problems. You never want to get to the point where it's like, hey, oh man, look at this death pile, but I'm still gonna go source. You know?
Right, yeah. And that's the challenge too with that. You know, it's like we're good at sourcing, right? Like I can tell, you know, like I could source probably, you know, like give me 100K and I can probably, you know, I can go buy crap that's profitable. The challenge is getting it through the sales machine where it gets to the customer and the profit gets to you. And so, sorry to interrupt you. I'll say this, you know, making the move with her, it's costing us cash on the front end. So that, you know, that was something that we had to make a decision, like, are we sure we want to invest in this? But over the past 3 or 4 weeks, we now have 400 plus listings on Mercari. So like, you know, like if you're willing to scale, are we as profitable as we could be if we hadn't? You know, who knows? I don't know. I can't do that math. But I'll tell you in 5 years if it was a good decision or not. But at the rate we're going, we'll be 1,000+ item, you know, Mercari store. And so if anything ever happens in Amazon world where they say, hey, Cody, I hate your guts, you're fired, or something happens, you know, on the other side, we have another, you know, we're not a one-legged stool anymore. We're a three-legged stool. And so it's able to sit there and have a good foundation where all of our eggs aren't in one basket.
Yeah, I think it's smart. For me, it's like I'm slowly bringing on a platform like each, you know, 3 to 4 months and just seeing what items work, because, you know, we all, as resellers, we all sell different things. We all enjoy selling different things. So certain platforms better for certain items. So you just have to kind of keep track of the data. And, you know, I always encourage people, talk to other resellers out there and then just really find out, you know, what could definitely help you out. So do both of you guys have like an LLC or an S Corp or sole proprietor? Are you guys legit when it comes to like the business side of the paperwork?
Well, I'm a sole proprietor, but you're a LLC, right?
Yeah, starting 2020, I was a sole proprietor in the years past, but starting 2020, we have a written up LLC, and we have a couple of different things that, you know, we work with an accountant and trying to. We want to be as legit on that side as we can, because now I'm, as a full-time guy, if I want to buy a house or if I want to, you know, do anything, I need to be able to back it up with. So we've gotten that more in order this year. So
yeah, self-employed people have it tough when it comes to buying a home compared to someone that, you know, works for a corporation or someone that gets checks. Definitely.
Yeah.
Especially when they look at your, you know, they look at your checking account and they're like, it looks like you spent $30,000 last month. And it's like, well, I did, but, you know, and they don't look at the incoming the same way because it's not W-2. So like, well, that's great that you had so much money come in, but there's no guarantee it'll be there next year. I'm like, we built this freaking country on small businesses, you know, taking on that risk to grow. And so I don't know. Don't get me started on that. That whole world sucks.
What's with the topic? What's with play? What's your business model in your business when it comes to like margin?
When I go in, let's say I go in Walmart, I scan an item, it's $10. I'm looking to sell it for 30 plus. So I want, you know, to double my money after shipping and fees. Like, if I'm only gonna make $5 on a $10 item, I'll just walk past it and get something else that's gonna make me some more money.
All right, man. Shoot that item to me.
Yeah, okay.
Welcome to the Bolo group. Welcome to at our Bolo group.
Oh, yeah. We coop a double up, man. How about you, McCarson? What's your business model?
Yeah, so I'm more focused right now on stuff that I can buy a bunch of or that I can buy over and over and over again. And so, you know, we have our whole business model is we start the month with how much money do we want to spend. And as that number increases, it's harder and harder to find stuff that you can get 100-200% ROI on. So, you know, we try to stay at that 50 to 70% or more. With that being said, instead of getting one-off lightsaber that I can make $11 on, instead I find a Mexican, you know, hot sauce or something that I can buy 45 of and make 40% on, and on that whole deal I'm making, you know, $270 or whatever the number works out to, and then I have that SKU for the next month so it solves my spending problem for the next month too. I can, you know, start planning to put put that money towards that then. So
Awesome. How do you guys handle, when it comes to returns? That's part of the business. Like, do you guys have do you have returns, or give me a good story, each one of you guys, about returns.
I'm almost. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. You want to go first?
Yeah, so I mean, with returns, if I get a return on Amazon or eBay, I'm just accepting the return and telling them to bring it back, and then we'll refund you your money, whatever. I don't want to deal with it. It's easier for me. My wife gets so mad because she'll want to get as much as she can. If it come back damaged, she want to fight for it. I'm just, let's take it, let's move on. But there's a lot of them. She'll fight and she'll win. But I'm just like, let's get rid of it and move on.
Nice.
Yeah. So unfortunately, in this business, you're literally convincing a stranger to send, $99 to through the platform, and they're trusting you're going to send them something to Texas or wherever. And so it's like e-commerce is kind of a funny animal, anyways. But the world, it's just the way it is. There are scammers and there are customers that are just crappy, and most of my customers are amazing. Like Amazon, for the most part, is an amazing, just a phenomenon. But yeah, you want an ugly story. I paid 2-day shipping. So I think every one of us has a story like this. It was 100-pound weight set that I sold. I think I sold it for $450 or something. If we share any bolos on here, I'll be glad to. But that's one of them. If but $450 I sold this thing for, and they wanted it overnight shipped. So I'm on the East Coast, so it was somewhere, I think maybe Oregon or something. So it was like the worst case scenario, and so so much money. And so it got there, and then they said it's damaged. And so I just, I was just gonna write it off. My view on returns is I just lay down and take it, just whatever. Just please be happy. Like in my world, I would pay $500 to $1,000 to get a bad review removed. So like it. Typically, I'm just laying down and just being like, whatever. Like I'm saying all the right things just so that they're happy. But this person got it and then insisted on sending it back. And so I told him, please don't send it back. He paid out of his pocket to send it back. And then, so at the end of this whole thing, I've paid for shipping 2 ways. The first way was 2-day shipping. So it's like, the most expensive, and get it back and it's damaged. It's worthless. So, I mean, returns, they just suck. And it's just a business expense. It's just part of it. So that's my view.
Yeah, it happens, man. I think, like you said, it's almost like if you play poker, we all have a poker story on a bad beat. You know what I mean?
Yep.
I think retailers, we all have that funny, crazy experience when it comes to returns. But you know what? It's part of the business, man. And earlier, you guys were talking about opportunity, and we kind of touched on it a little bit. But I know when we were talking off there and setting this whole interview up, that's something that's close to your heart at the moment. Can you speak a little bit more, like what opportunity means to you, McCarson?
Yeah, I'd love to. So I came from kind of a tough, childhood. I had, I grew up in the projects. My, kind of drugs, kind of there was a lot of, really tough crap happening, around. And I remember growing up in it, and it just never occurred to me, that I would be able to do anything better, do anything different, until later on it didn't. And so, I would say, if somebody has a tough background, it just is what it is. Like that sucks. It's where you're starting. But like this opportunity where you're literally able to do the research, find the products, and then sell them and have a profit within 20 or 30. Like this business model, anybody anywhere could literally be doing this. And even people will say, well, I don't have money to start. A lot of times people will say, how much money do I need to start to do what you're doing? And my answer is probably $500 to $1,000. Maybe 2,000 or 3,000 would be better. But if you don't have that, like you can literally get on Facebook. Like if I pull up my phone right now and type in free, I can drive to Douglasville where you were at, a couple of days ago. Like I can drive there and get a desk for free, or I can get a weight set for $5 or whatever. And then it's literally just the matter of getting it and then figuring out what it's really worth, selling it for that, and then reinvesting that money over and over and over again. I think if I would have told myself 10 years ago, or 12, 15 years ago, or however it was, if I would have said, hey, in so many years, you're going to be spending XYZ amount every month investing it back into your business, I think I would have passed out. I would have said, that's crazy. That's ludicrous. Like, that's stupid. But, you make the profit and then you reinvest it, and then you make the profit, then you reinvest it, and you figure out how to make it bigger and bigger and bigger. Anybody could do what we're doing. Anybody, like anybody anywhere could literally pick up their phone and do what we're doing. And there's challenge. Some people don't have a phone. I get that. But like, if you can have a phone that takes pictures and you can connect to Wi-Fi somewhere, you can literally do everything we're doing. And a lot of this stuff, there's no risk. Like, there's literally no risk. And it's a huge opportunity. And one more thing, let me say this too. If you if you're married and you have a family, you're kind of like me, and you have any debt whatsoever, I promise you 5 years from now will love you so much if you'll put Halo down. If you put, or whatever game, I don't know what people play now, Fortnite or whatever game people are playing, if you'll put that down and instead work 2 hours a night on a side hustle like this. Obviously not everybody wants to go full time, like that's a whole other animal, but like, work 2 hours or maybe work 5 hours a week, you can literally make enough money to get yourself out of debt. And then, all of a sudden you're able to invest in your Roth IRA, or all of a sudden you're able to, I don't know, maybe you just want to go on one more vacation with your family, or whatever that is. Like, this solves a lot of those stupid little problems for people, the debt and the different things. Like, you can literally just do this from like my sister-in-law. I'm helping her kind of get started and seeing some of the opportunity, and she's like, so all I have to do is blah blah blah, and I can, it's like, yes, that's all you have to do. Like I said, it's that simple. So
yeah, I interviewed a reseller. His name was Florida Flipping, and he says, I can either sit on the couch and watch Game of Thrones, or I can make some money. And I think it's just, what do you want to do? Do you want to, you got to have time for the family. I get it. But, any sales time, if you put it to the side, you can put it towards your health. You can put it towards, reselling. So I think that was very well said. How about you, Tommy Coop? What does opportunity mean to you?
Well, when I started in the workforce, I was working at a plant. That's actually where I met Cody. Who was working
we were kids.
Yeah.
We were dumb kids.
We were working at like a laundry sort of place, cleaning dirty laundry from hospitals, which was disgusting. So I ended up leaving there and going to the company I'm at now, working in production. I was working 12 hours, like 5, 6, 7 days a week. Like, I would work, go home, like every day for 5 years. And then last year I got the job in HR where my time opened up. So I'm working Monday through Friday. I'm off Sunday, Saturday, and Sunday. And Cody made that post, which opened me up to reselling. I had the time and opportunity. If I was still working, 6, 7 days a week, I would not have took that opportunity. But now that I'm introduced to reselling, we're taking source trips like 2 or 3 times every month. Like, we've been on 10 trips this year.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's been crazy.
My kids have literally seen the beach more in the 2020, the year that we're in with the coronavirus and the epidemic and blah. Like, they've literally seen the beach more this year than I did the first 18 years of my whole entire life. Like, that's the opportunity. Like,
Cody introduced me to sourcing trips back in last year in September. I thought he was crazy. Like, we're going to Pigeon Forge for 2 days. Like, what's wrong with you? But once I realized what he was doing, he was chasing this dumb bolo, and he was making so much money. I was like, oh my God. So I was like, we started doing it, and then our numbers just skyrocketed.
Right. Yeah, that's what I ended up doing. I was talking to you guys about it, but, I just came back from Atlanta and then still in Orlando. And, like, kind of like what Cody says, if you would have told me X amount of years ago I would be doing this, I would be doing that, like, you just never know, like, opportunity, it just works mysteriously, but you also got to be willing, I would say, and to kind of let, the wind just take you where it goes. But for me, I'm telling myself, like, I would love to take a sourcing trip once a quarter, to a different city. Even San Diego. So, like, to go from San Diego to LA, I would consider that, a good sourcing trip because there's a lot of great stuff out there.
Yep. You got to put yourself in that right situation.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, the way we look at those sourcing trips is, we try to do it on a 4-day basis. So we try to have the first day wherever we're going to, we load the family up. We got 5 kids, so we're loading it. We got in our big A van, and we're going, and we have a plan. The first day is we're stopping at XYZ stores, and that pays for the whole trip. That's it. So we've got to have a good enough plan to pay for the whole trip, and then we get where we're going, and we spend 2 days seeing the sights. Letting the kid do the skiing, or letting the kid do the on the beach or whatever. And then for 2 days, and we relax and have family time, and it's amazing. And then on the way back, if we're doing, sometimes we'll do the back end and try to really beef up and find more inventory, or chase whatever bolo from the group, or whatever it is we're looking at. And so that's probably what I should have said. The opportunity anyway. Like, I spend more time with my kids working on this business. Like, that's so important to me. The fact that Nathan, my oldest, like, it gets to spend time with his daddy, even if we're packing up boxes or doing whatever, like him being able to have those memories and that, that time, like that quality time, like that's amazing to me. Like, the fact that you couldn't have done this the way we're able to do it with as much access as we have in the 60s, or, the internet has made so much possible, so I think, that's the opportunity there. More time with your family.
Yep.
Yeah, I think the internet is just that. That is the opportunity. For me, I told myself I wanted to get into this e-commerce because I feel like it's the future. Like, how many people love to jump to Bitcoin and or Tesla? Like that. That's the way I view e-commerce.
Yeah, 100%.
Hey, eBay Joe, I'm curious. Like, when you came down to Atlanta, like, you flew? Did you fly down here?
Yeah, I flew Southwest.
So how when you went and sourced and you got all your stuff, like, you just brought extra luggage and brought it back?
Yeah. So what happened was I met another reseller. Shout out Ross Shellington. He's a shoe guy down in Atlanta. So I met him obviously on the internet, Instagram, and then we met in Vegas when Hustler Hacks had this. It was eBay Open. I went to Vegas.
Okay.
And then we played basketball together. And so, my lady and his lady, they hit it off, and we just stayed in contact. And then next thing you know, he's like, "Oh man, you gotta come to Atlanta. You gotta come source." So I planned the trip. I just took a carry-on, and then I took 2 luggages, one for my clothes and then one empty. And so I was able to bring back a 50-pound luggage. So I brought 50 pounds of items. It came out to close to 40 items I brought back from the trip, and nice. Then he took back the rest of the items. And so they're in Atlanta, and we just went halfers on the whole trip. Like, we split the gas. We went back and forth, lunch or whatever, but we split everything down the middle. But it allowed us to get stuff that probably we would not have gotten. So down in Orlando, we actually got some really good stuff.
Yeah, we went to Orlando back in March before everything shut down, and we found really nice stuff out there.
Yeah, it was crazy, man. A lot of my family members, my wife, they're like, "Don't go, it's an epidemic. It's crazy down going to so hot." But I wore my mask and then
sure.
But yeah, man, I'm good. I've been back since Sunday, and I already sold like 3 items from that trip, and then he sold 2, so we sold 5 items, probably like 1 a day almost.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, so maybe later on in the year or next year, I want to fly to like other parts of the country.
Yeah,
and the source, man, take advantage.
Hit us up. Hit us up. Next time you're on this side, we'd love to meet up, do something.
Yeah, I'm gonna come over for dinner, man.
Yeah, bring it on. Let's do it.
Do you do a lot? Do you do a lot of yard sales, eBay, Joey?
What's up?
Do you do a lot of yard sales?
Not. My mom did. It just depends on what part of where you live. I would say you have more yard sales. So more.
We have a ton.
Yeah,
There's a yard sale on like Tuesdays. So
here there's laws. Like the cities will tell you like you only can have a yard sale on this date. You know, they have all these rules and regulations, man.
Yeah.
The West Coast is different, man. Very, very, very crazy.
Sure.
When it comes to this. But you know what was interesting in Atlanta? Maybe you guys could help me out. What's up with the crickets, man? Those Atlanta crickets are loud.
They are.
Welcome to Georgia. Yeah. I'm in my basement and I can hear them right now. Crickets and frogs. Yep.
You know, being from California, I was like, man, what the heck is this? But
Yep.
Hey, talk about too, you know, you guys are business partners, but you guys have your individual businesses.
Right.
How did the Discord come together, man? Like, you know, like what made you guys say, hey, let's start a Discord?
Well, that was kind of my idea because I already had, you know, some friends that already was in Discord. So I kind of felt like I don't do Instagram as much, so I felt like Discord would bring some more value.
Yeah.
More opportunities.
Yeah. So the Instagram, so at our Bolo group, kind of where it was born, it started on Instagram, you know, before we ever thought about doing a Discord. And so I was a part of a really close-knit group back in, I guess, 2018 or so. I made so much money from being like, we were just in this group and we were just like hitting each other back. And there was one guy that led it, and it was, you know, hey, go right now to Walmart and buy this. They're about to sell out, and you can make as many as you can find. You can make $12 or $20 a piece or whatever. And so, you know, it's crazy. Like, we loved it. Well, that group kind of dissolved and had some drama and different things. And so instead of going and just joining another group, like, I took it so hard. It was like a huge blow to me because I was like, I lived for that. Like, it was like family. And people say that and it sounds corny, but what I mean is, like, we were so close knit. Like, I wanted the other people to win. They wanted me to win. And so I wanted that culture to still go, you know, keep going. And so I said, well, hey, I'm a smart guy. I can figure this out. So I said, I'm going to start my own. And we started small and, you know, kind of built a group of people around. And, you know, to what it is today. When we started, it was probably me putting out 5 leads a day or something, you know, which is good. You know, now it's like we have, I'm not sure exactly how many members we have, but every member's contributing 4 bolos a month. And so it's like ding, 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 ding. And so I send those out live on Instagram on the close friends if you're a member. And then I kind of do everything on the Instagram side, and then he does everything on the Discord. So the Discord is like, there's a channel in there that says Walmart. And so you know, if you're in Walmart, there's a hit list. And so it's like, you can't forget the bolo. Like, you can't miss it. So you go in, it's like, oh crap. Yeah, I got to get XYZ item. Oh, I got to get XYZ, you know, and we're trying to break down the science of, like, we want to be a mastermind and we don't want to leave any money on the table. And so I think we have one other person in Georgia, and then, like, we're only letting so many people in per state, per major city. And so, like, nobody's really on top of each other except for us. But, you know, what are you going to do? You know, you can go and, you know, kind of what you're doing on the West Coast, Walmart's probably doing in Georgia. And so we're able to, you say, hey, you have before, you know, you're a great member. Hey, you got to go get this, and you go find it, and it's like, watch out for this at Burlington, and it's like, oh crap, I just made an extra $100 this year because ebayjoey told me, you know, I got that insider information, and so that's the whole dream.
So,
you know?
What's your take on the on our Bolo group with the Instagram and the Discord? How you feel?
It's cool, man. You know, the reason why I enjoy it a lot is because I feel like it's Amazon driven, you know, with a little bit of eBay, and I'm trying to grow my Amazon business.
Yeah,
so
sure.
It just speeds up the teaching. It's almost like you're taking a summer school class, right? It's just like, right? It's just like, we're going to cram all this information, and if we can keep up, we can keep up. But I love every day, you know, in my stories. So it's cool, man. How many members do you guys have?
It's 50 plus.
Okay.
So honestly, it's soon. Probably we're gonna close it up, and like we don't want 1,000 members. We want it to be smaller. There's a few members that probably won't be in the group in 3 months. Like we're probably gonna even get and the reason for that is like we want people that are contributing. Like the mission is we want to build the greatest team of resellers on the planet Earth, and not the biggest. We're not trying to get rich off of membership. That's not what we want. We want, if there's anything anywhere that I can make money on, I need to spend X amount of money this month. eBay Joey and the other, however many members, like, hey, tell me where to, like, help me spend my money and to where I can send it out and get a return on it. And it's working. Like, it's working really well. We love it. So
like this Q4, like you want to be in this group or you gonna miss out.
Q4 is gonna be so stupid.
We got so much stuff playing.
Yeah, I'm excited, man. I like it, and I feel so far everything's been great. There's no hatred. I've been able to follow some people, and they follow me back that are from the group, and then I'll like Cody talk to them on the story, and then I'll hit them up. But it's just a bunch of people just with the same mission statement, man. So,
I will squash that drama crap so fast, like you don't even know. Like I'm like I'm Mama Bear over the culture. It's like, you will not create drama to screw up my culture. Like we're just trying to win, and I don't care who has beef with who. I just want to win, and in the reselling business. So.
Make money, man. I can care about your opinions, but like even with this podcast, we don't talk about politics. Like that's not what this podcast is about.
Yeah.
If you're a certain party or you like a certain individual, hey, that's cool. I don't care. Let's just make money, man.
Right. Yeah. ROI is ROI. That's not. It's not partisan. So.
Yeah. So one thing that I did was, this interview was coming up. We did a Q&A, man. We asked the audience out there, if you would be willing to answer some questions. So I was able to get some questions, man. You guys ready to answer these?
Yeah, heck yeah.
Okay, first question comes from Sin_City_Sorcerer. Do you wear gloves now while sourcing?
I don't. I wear a mask because I have to go in the store. I don't wear no gloves. I just wash my hands after.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't wear gloves. I have a mask that I wear, and I have hand sanitizer. And, we're pretty religious with that, but we don't wear gloves.
Nice. Next question comes from, hope I'm saying his last name right, Jeff Sells 86.
Yeah, what's up, Jeff?
What's up, Jeff? He says, what do you do full time? Also, just sell on eBay. So I think we could all answer that, I guess. So,
sure.
What do you do full time?
He has some fancy schmancy position at a big cereal company, and I have another small business, and then I run reselling. So
yeah, and then for myself, I just got laid off on Wednesday.
So, my gosh, holy crap!
Yeah, so I'm doing this full time.
It's time. Hey,
that might be your calling then.
Yeah.
So man, I think so. I told my wife I'm very excited. We got this going. Kind of similar to what Coop is doing, right? And similar to what a lot of resellers do, including you, Cody. You start small, and then just leverage it up. And then he said,
"Show, I'd love to talk more about that. Some of it's like security. It's like you're the man, and you have to find the security, and that's a tough world. If you can't, you got to figure that out. But you can, like 100%, you can feel that. So."
Yeah, but Jeff, my background was I was an outside sales rep for a cabinet company, so I was working for a manufacturer. But he says also just sell on eBay. I think we talked about that earlier in the show. We all sell on every platform, pretty much. I've been digging OfferUp and Facebook lately. Just with the product that we have, but the margins are great, man.
You could do 6 figures just on Facebook. 100%. You can figure that out.
Yeah. So this next question comes from Mr. Zero Eric Zero. What's your guys' business plan? Since you guys are partners, just answer it as a partner.
We have. Once you get to know Cody has 5 business ideas every day.
I have a new business plan every single day.
It's my job to filter those ideas on what we can focus on. So we do have a little small Facebook group where we teach everyday people how to get started on eBay and then how to get started on Amazon. We are eventually
consulting. We do some consulting. So.
We're eventually going to start a little podcast. That's in the works.
Yeah.
Cool.
Will you be our guest on our podcast?
Oh yeah, of course.
Awesome. I'm signing you up.
Let's do it right now.
We'll do this right after this rolls out. I know we're running up against the time, but right after this goes off, we'll record another one.
and of course, we want to create more value for the Bolo group.
Yeah.
You know, in the Discord, we have monitors. I want to add more monitors.
Yeah.
Get more involved.
Those are so cool.
Yeah.
And we have the bot. We have a bot. You know,
Yes.
we don't talk much about that, but we have a bot that can catch like restocks on high velocity stuff. And,
Yeah. We'll get members free slots in that.
But the real business plan is like where I want to build my business is the e-commerce. Well, eventually I want to be able to have X amount of money come in every month and be able to spend it as a good investor into new inventory. And I'd like for that business to run on its own at some point where I can literally go work on another, nonprofit or, help with the church or do something, and my business still runs and makes me money without having to have the Cody guy holding everything together. So.
No, that's great. So, I mean, that's a great business plan. It seems like you guys are really focused. I mean, maybe one of them has a higher priority than the other, but for the most part, you guys are moving in a certain direction. The next question comes from souls_4_you_soul. He wants to know, can you make good money selling on eBay? And, what kind of items would you guys encourage selling on eBay?
I would say with eBay, that's more of used shoes, used clothing, things like that. Like you go to the store that will not be named, go in there, get a shirt for $3.99, sell it for $29.99. Yard sales, which are my favorite. I'm like the yard goat. So I'll spend $40 on a weekend. I go out there. I guess my greatest find, I spent $5 on a dinner plate set and I sold it for $100 a week later. So I mean, that's on eBay. I would never do that on Amazon.
Yeah, it's a different business model than Amazon. I would say eBay. There's so many people that do like I know somebody who has a great business on eBay, and it's literally they just sell pictures on top of cakes. It's like the cake thing it's like they print it off onto a cake somehow. I don't really know how it works, but they make incredible. It's like you can sell anything. I think if you're just starting off, pick 5 categories: shoes, men's shirts, women's pants, maybe Funko Pops. I'm looking around my room. I'm trying to think of something else. But you pick those 5 categories, and then just every single day type that in, and then look at sold and completed, and figure out what's selling for way more than you think it should, and then go find that thing and sell it. What we tell people when we're telling them just to get started is you can't sell it if you don't list it. So pretty much list a bunch of crap and see what sells. It's a learning curve, and it's just something you got to figure out. So
yeah, absolutely. That was all the questions from the audience. So appreciate everybody that sent them in, and thank you guys for answering them. That's one thing that's really great about the show. We interact with the people that listen, and so that's a way for us just to get more information. But the cool thing is that this podcast started off as like interviewing, a lot of sneaker guys. So that's the community that I'm part of,
right?
The sneaker community. So we always talk about the sneakers, but if you guys if you guys were to have like a favorite shoe that like an everyday shoe, what's one of your favorite shoes that you guys like to wear?
Well, my everyday shoes are the Nike SB Dunks.
Oh wow, look at you, fancy man, huh?
They slip on. You ready to go?
Or you actually got them like
the what?
Like no, or was it a Ross Pine?
I got
Marshall's.
Yeah,
Marshall's
is way better than Ross.
Yeah, Marshall. Yeah, we sold a whole bunch of them, so I kept one for myself.
Oh, that's the lows or the mids or highs?
The lows.
Okay, cool. How about you, McCarson? What do you like to wear?
Yeah, so I have a nice pair of Nikes that I love, but my favorite pair of shoes, hands down, is the Clouds and Dirt Gary V model K-Swiss, and I rock those. I know K-Swiss isn't the coolest in the sneaker community, but I wear I got the white ones and I got the black ones. The black ones I'm keeping as a collectible, but I wear the white ones probably 3-4 times a week. Clouds and dirt, baby.
Yeah, man. Crocs are my favorite shoe. For some reason, they're just very comfortable for me, but that's my go-to sneaker.
Yep, I like Crocs. I've been wearing Crocs for years. The one that I wish that I would have got would have been the Posties, the $1,000 Crocs or whatever that they're.
The Post Malone Crocs.
Yeah,
they're selling for $1,000 now.
That's what he said in his song, right? I don't know. You go and goat, you can't get one for cheap. I don't know.
Wow. Yeah, I guess I missed that one. But that's awesome, man, that you guys were just sharing your favorite shoe. Where can people find you guys on social media?
Like I said, on Instagram, at callme_coop.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just hit me up there. I can just McCarson, give out your Instagram.
Yeah, my Instagram is, oh, by the way, on the Croc thing, size 5 of the barbed wire Post Malone Croc is $2,000 on GOAT. And there's some that are 900, 800, so that's nuts. Yeah, that's crazy. So my Insta, if you want to follow the Bolo group, we have a public page. It's at our Bolo group. Again, another clever name.
It's at our_Bolo_group.
Yeah. So and then if you want to follow me, it's at McCarson Method Reseller. So at McCarson_Method_reseller. If you ever want to look at the consulting with us, we're on Facebook for that. But you know that you just find us on Facebook, Cody McCarson. So.
And before we go, we'd like to give out a few bolos.
Sure. Bolos for the people out there.
Yeah, we'll be quick because I know we're right up against a time wall.
Good, man.
Share the first one.
Okay, so a couple bolos. So I know we said we were going to do one, but we got a couple here. So one is there's a weight set at Academy right now. So you're releasing this in the next week. Academy, if you have Academies, it's $39.99. You can sell it locally for $120 all day. I've sold so many of these. So you want to build up cash, go do that. And you can get online and reserve them. You know, you get on there like 8 a.m. You can get on there. Those are great. It's the vinyl 100-pound weight set. There's a Everlast punching bag. That's at Walmart, right?
Yes, at Walmart.
$70 into $199.99.
Shipping is about $60, so you're profiting what you paid.
Yeah, so you're profiting 100% or more. There's a waterproof match at Walmart right now. So Coop is the one who found that, so we can share it. We don't share other people's, obviously, but you know that's one of the ones he's made a ton. I haven't found freaking one, probably because he's getting them all in our area, but that's a good one. It's $4.97 and a $19.99, and a lot of those guys are paying for expedited shipping, yep. And so you know you can you typically end up profiting a little bit there too. And then the last one is a Ross jersey. It's a sports jersey. Just search, if you're the sneaker community, you probably know about this already, but just look through all the jerseys. Some of those that are at Ross right now are stupid. It's like, you know, $16.99, and then they're selling on eBay for $150. So, you know, make sure to watch out for those too.
Yeah, I just saw somebody on Instagram. They got a bunch of Hall of Famers from the Chicago Bears.
Nuts.
I think Peyton, there's another guy, but it's all regional too. So just, you know, if you're in Chicago area, you're more than likely going to find the Bears.
Right.
You know? But they're out there. So thank you for sharing those goals.
Yeah, heck yeah. Opportunity everywhere. Everywhere you look, there's opportunity.
Yeah, and then so the last question for you guys, who is your favorite reseller or resellers in the game?
I'll let you go first. I had to think about that for a minute.
I mean, it's of course Cody for me because he brought me into the game. But I also follow Reezy.
Oh yeah,
he brings so much content. Yeah. Like if you're new to reselling, you go follow him. Like,
right.
Yeah. For me, and I know this is, I'll probably catch some flack for it. I love Rally Roots, man. I love those guys, and I know. You know, I know there's probably other like people that are doing, but like when I was starting, like they taught me, so I learned so much from them. Like they do some really cool stuff. So
Yeah, man. There's so many great ones out there. It just depends, like, what's your style, right? Like, for some
Yep.
people, you go with the sneaker people. For some people, it's the garage people. But the great thing is that, we're all learning from each other. And so that's why
100%.
well, I want to thank you guys for being on the show today. I really appreciate you taking time out of your schedule to come on a reseller's journey.
Oh yeah, thanks for having
Yeah,
us,
this was
man.
fun as crap, man. I can't wait. When our podcast is going to be the whiteboard project. We want to whiteboard different businesses.
The
I,
whiteboard in the background.
I would love to have you on, man. I love everything you're doing. You're killing it, man.
Appreciate it, man. Thank you. What an honor. I'll definitely come on. We'll work out the schedule. But also want to thank the audience for tuning in. You can find today's guest on Instagram at McCarson _ method _ reseller and call me _ Coop. Also, you can visit the website at resellersjourney.com where you can find a link to my Instagram at ebayjoey and the shows at A Reseller's Journey. If you like what you're hearing, don't forget to subscribe and follow on Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, and YouTube. Remember, never forget why you started.